In this video, I'm going to talk to you about setting up the home switches. A lot of people refer to these as limit switches, but they're actually not limit switches. They're home switches designed for zeroing out each axis so the machine has a reference to itself. Now, first thing I'm going to mention is these switches here have a push button on them. They're a mechanical switch, and if you hold them in your hand and you push them, and you look at the top left corner of your screen, you can see that the home lights light up. This one is for Y, the other one I have is for X, and I have these wired to the same pin, so when I push the switch, both X and Y light up. Also, another thing is this aluminum housing here is very thin, so if you tighten up the screws that lock them in too tight, you'll damage this, put a dimple in it, and when you trigger the switch, the inside mechanism will get past that dimple and it won't come out. So I only use them hand tight. As you can see here, I can loosen it with my hand. I just tighten them down to where, finger tight, to where if I pull on the switch, it won't come out. I know a lot of the machines have set screws, so you just got to tighten them down to where if you tug on the wire, the switch will not move. First thing you need to do is make sure that when you push the switch, your X lights up, your Y lights up, and if they're wired typically, then when you push the X one, this light will light up. When you push the Y, that'll light up. The tool probe, when you push that, you should see the home probe LED light up. Now, the way I set these up, since these switches are very sensitive, they have about a 3mm travel, is I will jog. Just so you can see, I'll pull this switch out and I will jog the machine all the way really slow until it basically crashes into itself. As you can hear, it won't move any further than that. Then I will zero out my work coordinates, back it off the other direction about 1.5 mm. And then I will push this switch in until it makes contact and my LED on the screen lights up, and then I'll lock it in. The reason for that is if for some reason you over travel the machine and the switch is hanging real far out, you'll push it in and damage the switch. But this way the machine can effectively crash into itself without damaging the switch. And I do that for X, for Y, bring it in until it basically crashes into itself, zero out the work coordinates, move in the other direction about 1.5 mm. Put the switch in until it bottoms out and your LEDs light up. And then just lock it into place. As you can see, I'm doing this nothing more than just finger tight, to where if I tug on the wires, the switch will not move. Your Y switch is on the front, X is either on the left or the right, Z is up here on the back next to the stepper motor. Once those are all in place and functioning, next step is to verify that when you do a homing routine that all the axes move in the right direction. If they do not, here I'll just go ahead and screw mine up real quick. If they don't, then we can do a very easy test, but if you come up here to the Mach 3 screen, I start with Z first, I'll click the home button, and the spindle should raise up. Now obviously I mucked mine up, so now the spindle is going down. So you hit escape, go up to config, homing/limits, and for the Z, I'm going to come over here, the home negative column. I'm going to change that field, click OK. Now when I click the home button, the spindle is going to go up, triggers the switch, and then it backs off the switch. Now I'm going to do Y. I'm going to click on the home button for Y. It's going in the wrong directions, so I'm going to repeat the steps for Y, which is go up here to config, homing/limits, change it for Y in the home negative, which is a home negative direction. Click OK. Now when I click on the home Y button, it's going to come up, trigger the switch, and then back off. Now I'm going to do it for X. I'm going to click on the home button for X. My X is going in the wrong direction or going away from the switch, so I'm going to hit escape. Go to config, homing/limits, change the home negative for X, click OK. Now when I home X, we'll see that it's going in the right direction now. And then when it triggers the switch, you'll see the light light up. And also, the axis designations over here on the left will turn green. That tells you that the machine has been referenced. As you can see here, our machine coordinates are 0, 0, 0. And the benefit to that is we can now program the location within the working envelope of the tool height sensor. If you have